Okay, and here we go. We've finally got it all sorted. I had trouble with the delay. I'm a bit stupid. Okay. So let's have a look what we've got now. I think in terms of bans, I imagine what we'll be seeing is a lot of very targeted bans. I imagine we'll get some meta ones coming out. You know, maybe they'll ban a Bloodseeker or, you know, these mid heroes we've been seeing a lot. But for the most part, I imagine these teams have at least checked out the other one. You know, maybe just gone to their Dota buffs, seeing what they're playing. Although maybe there's actually a chance they haven't. So the Axe ban doesn't strike me as anything particular. You know, that's not a hero we're seeing a lot. It's more just sort of thing you ban out to you know, protect one of your picks. Where's that Tiny? Tiny's an insane hero right now. And I know a lot of teams like to just counter the Tiny just by not letting it get kills, but of course, you know, if you're not too comfortable with it, just ban it out. Now, Arc ban. That's a pretty hard carry, pretty successful carry as well, especially if you don't have ways to get on top of it. You know, if you're lacking that jump, which a Tiny would also solve, then Arc has pretty much free reign of the game. He's, I'd say, one of the better carries right now, at least in the patch. But at the same time, I wouldn't say this is particularly showing anything they want to pick. They're not banning, you know, Spectre counters or something like that. So we'll have to see what happens. Yeah, there's nothing particularly exciting going on with these bans, I've got to say. No instant Meepo bans, no brew bans, none of that cheesy goodness. By the way, any cheese companies, feel free to sponsor me. And Oracle to open. I can't fault that. There's really nothing wrong with an Oracle to open. It's super flexible, super strong in the lane as well. And the Purge. I think the Purge is by far one of the strongest parts of this hero. Suddenly you don't want to pick a Darkseer. You don't want to pick these, you know, these Liches, because you can't lane against it. You know, and especially because I'd say Darkseer is one of the stronger offlaners right now. He did get that nerf, but I still think he solves a lot of issues in the draft. He can solo lane if needed. He doesn't mind cutting waves. And, you know, this Oracle pick just completely counters it out. This is interesting. So a Veno opener into the Oracle. Now, the Veno has that unique mechanic where he actually reduces your healing. So this has, you know, if you get, is it only the Poison Sting? Maybe they remove that. I think Poison Sting reduces healing. So maybe we can see, you know, a Veno dropping his wards everywhere and just negating this Oracle entirely. But at the same time, maybe you dispel off the Veno poison. I don't know. A bit confusing. And yeah, Clockwork. So this is a really open starter by the Radiant. You know, we're not really showing anything. And actually, by both teams, we've got just these really well-rounded starters. They've clearly got an idea of what they have in mind, or at least they've got experience drafting in the past. I wouldn't say these two teams have just come out, you know, this is their first tournament. 10 seconds remain. Now, in terms of this Dire lineup, you've got a bit more. You have got a bit more push. You know, by starting off with a Veno, you do give yourself that slight bit of tower pressure that the Radiant don't have. So they're going to have to find a way, you know, to solve that basically. But at the same time, you do still have those three other heroes, so it's not the worst thing in the world. Now, what I'd maybe like to see coming out from the Radiant is something to pair with this Clockwork. You know, if this is a support clock, then your support duo, you've got a really well-rounded support duo. You've got this safe hero in the Oracle, along with this really aggressive 4. But you want a 3 or at least a 3 or a 2 to pair with that Clockwork. Otherwise, it maybe starts to fall off slightly. You know, a clock on its own might feel a bit underwhelming. So I'd maybe like to see a Void Spirit you know, I would say a Tiny, but Tiny's not in the pool. We're something along those lines. And for the Dire, you've got this, I would say, quite a defensive lineup here. Veno is very good at just sitting in a wave, you know, keeping that, just sitting in a lane, taking the farm. Treant, obviously, you've got your tower healing. So what I want to see from the Dire is just either double down on that, you know, either go for this 4 protect 1 almost. So you have this Medusa with these 4 protective heroes which just buff her. Or go for this build, or go for this lineup in which you can make use of the fact that Tree can, you know, just dominate, you know, just always get in the back lines, get off with that overgrowth. And it doesn't reduce healing anymore. Okay. So 2 minutes from now, Sven 14, you're gonna hear me apologize. Okay, and now we're just going to carry his band out. This is slightly different to what some people may be used to in terms of the banning. You have those 2 bans, which I'd say it favors those heroes where you can just pick, you know, it favors those flexible heroes because you can pick them really early on and just, you know, have them flex 3, 4, 2. But these harder carries where, you know, you maybe don't want to first phase them if someone's not quite sure, you know, how they're going to be into the matchup. Suddenly their pool's just reduced. Now, Monkey banned out, Slark banned out, TB banned out. That does make sense. So the Clockwork does struggle against these heroes in lane. Unless you maybe, I guess, max Rocket Flare or pair him with another hero doing a lot of magic damage. All these heroes do get on top of him and you really just enjoy going to town. The Clockwork, you don't want to Cogs into a, you know, Cogs doesn't do anything against a Monkey or a Slark because they're quite happy to sit in there and hit you. Okay, yeah, so this Sven pick makes me think they're almost going to go for a, not quite a 4 protect 1. Sven doesn't fit that entirely, but you do have, you just put the buffs on Sven. You buy, you know, you put the living armor on him when he jumps in. You give him an AC. You give him a solar crest, all this stuff, and he'll just you know, 1v5 for you, and you're quite happy. And there we go. That's what I wanted to see. Something to pair with this Clockwork. You could go Clock 4, Void 3, put the Void mid and have a Clock 3, even have a Clock 5, but that kind of feels weird considering you've got the Oracle there already. But I do like this. They've got 3 heroes, all with catch. You've got the, you know, you put the Fortune's End onto the Void Spirit. He jumps in. There's your combo. You've got the Clockwork Cogs into a Remnant. That's a combo as well. You've got a lot of synergy between these 3 and how they want to play. And Oracle naturally works well with heroes like Void Spirit where, you know, obviously he's a very squishy hero. If he gets jumped on, he dies very quickly. But the Oracle can give him that, you know, half a second of save, which enables him to then dissimulate out, step out. So I really like this opening. I do still think they really lack tower push. You know, they have no ways of taking objectives right now. Maybe we'll see Meteor Hammers picked up on the Clockwork. I think that wouldn't be bad considering what we see so far. And they also do struggle into that overgrowth is still really good here, especially against the Void Spirit. Oh, here we go. I wanted some team fight. I was casting with team fights always better. And talking of casting, I'm going to need to quickly just put in a. There we go. Now, Earth Spirit is such a Earth Shaker. What a hero! It's your team fight. You know, right here between the Treant and the Earth Shaker. That pretty much does it for you. And it's also really good against the Oracle because if you catch out the Oracle just with this, you don't need to kill the Oracle. All you need to do is stun the Oracle and the other people at the same time so that you can kill the other people before he saves them. You know, you don't need to pick off this Oracle all the time. And the Earthshaker with a Fissure is perfect at doing that. You know, you can just delay the Oracle by just that 1 or 2 seconds from long range. Suddenly you have time to kill this Void Spirit. And then there's an Oracle left alone. You kill him afterwards. Now, I do feel like they have a slight in the the first 15 minutes or so on the Dire is going to be really important in terms of timings. Like the Earthshaker really wants to get that early Blink Dagger. Treant probably going for that Meteor Hammer, Venno for that Veil. As soon as they get these, first 1 or 2 items, they're going to just start running at the Radiant. But at the same time, if the Radiant can delay this, this blink timing on the Earthshaker, maybe the Hammer or wherever the Treant goes, then they really start to fall off because suddenly they really lack mobility. The only person with any mobility here is a Treant because you can walk through the trees. Everyone else relies upon blinks or Aghanims or something like that. And all of a sudden, if the Radiant can just stomp the lanes, well, not even stomp the lanes, just, really pressure this Dire lineup, they're going to find it really hard to actually make any plays. Now, a Night Stalker, so we're now starting to see where the lanes may be playing out. So by the looks of it, they're going to have a Night Stalker Clockwork in the off lane, I'm going to guess. Matched up against the Sven Treant, I'd say. Which doesn't sound... Treant's, I mean, it's a Treant into 2 melees. That really hurts, especially the fact you can probably, you get this leech sheet out, have an AoE stun, you have all this AoE slow and stuns. In the first 5 minutes, it's going to be really scary for the Radiant, but as soon as it turns to nighttime, it's a Clockwork Night Stalker. They're going to run at you, and they're going to keep running at you until you can't run no more. I think the final thing we have to see in this... Wait a minute, who's the 3 though? In this Dire lineup, does that mean a Venno, maybe a Venno 3? I'm going to guess a Venno off lane. Only because of how good it is. But at the same time, then the Earthshaker 4 may be slightly pressured out by an Oracle if he's not careful. Not quite as strong a laner if he's against these long-range support nukers, as it were. And final 2 bans, we have a Magnus and a Troll. And then OD. So, how would OD do? I guess OD would do okay. In terms of a Dire hero. I'm not really sure what they're looking for here. It's... I do feel they need something with mobility. They need maybe an Ember Spirit. I don't think... Maybe Ember Spirit might get... It might be a bit too greedy, a bit too risky. Especially into this Clockwork or, they do have a lot of catch. They have AoE silencers. But they do want something just to take the fights before they have Blink Daggers. You need your mid laner to not necessarily win mid, but be the one to take the fights until the Earthshaker has that blink and can do it for you. Whereas with the Radiant, I think they're probably looking for this carry. I'm not sure how hard they want to go in terms of carries. Maybe almost a Medusa or Drow or something like that. Just to sit in the back lines. They have a Clockwork, they have a Night Stalker. These 2 heroes can build tanky if they want to. Though they do have ways to get on the back lines if they want to, in terms of the Dire. So maybe a Drow is a bit too squishy. I don't think a Medusa would be awful. Although I don't know how much we see Medusa safe lane. So maybe that's not really the play. There we go, it's a Juggernaut, okay. So this this hero who's quite happy to self-sustain, doesn't really have a bad laning phase. You have this magic, you have this spell magic immunity against the Venno, and it's a Pugna last pick. And this basically solves their tower push. There we go. And it also solves that issue of who's going to take these fights early on. Well, a Pugna running at you with 500 move speed and a Veil comboing with the Venno is going to run at you and, really force these fights. But at the same time, if the Pugna has a bad start, then I do see this Dire team potentially falling off quite hard. They need to make sure their lanes go well. And it shouldn't be too bad, I'd say. They haven't got awful lanes. I think their off lane's probably the strongest out of their lanes. Although that's Sven and Treant. I'd like to see how they play it. That does sound quite scary to myself. To me. Going proper British here. But so wait, is it? So I don't know the players. I'm gonna guess it's a Void Spirit mid. And I think he'll do okay into the Pugner. I do see the Pugner winning this lane, and Void just starts jungling at some point. But as soon as the Void gets maybe an Axe or a Yule Scepter, I don't think the Pugner is going to be much of an issue to him. So, yeah, here we go. Void mid. We have the Oracle Jug. That's not a bad combo. You have the Fortune's End and the Spin. So at least you have a setup. What's the 2.5 second route. So yeah, this is really scary for this Earthshaker. And then top lane, you have this Night Stalker Clockwork. Like I said, maybe level 1 and level 2, not the strongest. But you get a few levels, it turns to nighttime. And yeah, suddenly you're quite happy. And you're almost happy to, give Clockwork the mid. If the Void Spirit gets forced out mid, just give the lane to Clockwork, let him get a level 6. And actually, that deals with Pugner quite well. I'm surprised they picked Pugner into Clock. That does feel a bit of a counter there. Of course, this bottom lane, we have the Veno and the Earthshaker. Tree actually coming down here, probably just for the first blood. I wouldn't say you leave this Ven alone. Or maybe see if we can get a kill. Do they have any vision? They say, yeah, they don't see him yet. They just have this ward up here. Oh. Actually, looks like they won't be fighting. The Oracle is instead dancing. And that dancing may have just saved him. Oh no, but here comes the wonderful Fisher blocking him off with the Poison Sting out. Out comes the Tree Slow as well. The Oracle is quite fast and he does have that Purge still. I'm not sure if they're going to be able to run him down. But here comes the Earthshaker from the side. And they're not going to dive. They are just going to let him get away. That could have gone a lot worse. I think slightly too far back with that Nature's Grasp. But at the same time, you do get the bounty. Now, yeah, I think these early levels will just be the two of these trading CS with their nukes. Nothing too far out the ordinary. The only main thing will be if one of them can make some sort of high IQ play, as it were. We get a grab with an Aether Remnant into a tower. We get I don't know, the Pugner can bait the Void into walking into a full blast and then decrap him, something like that. And also, I guess, just CSing. If one of them is better at CSing than the other. That sounds stupid, because obviously, if you're better at CSing, then you're going to win the lane. But this is a lane especially where those slight differences will really, really come out, I think. And this is interesting. Actually come for the Cogs level 1 on the Clockwork. I think that's fine. I really, in this lane where you can't really bully them out with a Battery Assault, just go for the Cogs. You do 50 damage, you do 50 mana burn. Hell, just drain the Sven's mana. Quite happy with that. Although I do see, yeah, this clock is already really low. And this Treant's just going to be chasing him down. Bottom lane. Oh, this Oracle already putting out the pain. This guy does so much damage early on. Diving in a tower. Nice Fisher, actually. Copping a few more tower hits than maybe he'd like to. But yeah, this lane's going to be difficult for the Dire. Maybe they can bait the Oracle into going too deep. And I guess if they focus down the Oracle on his own, that's how you get the kills here. You don't want to go on both the Jug and the Oracle. You just try and kill the Oracle, let the Jug solo, and then punish him for that. Now they're actually going onto this Veno. They have the spin. Here it comes, but nice eating through the trees. And the Fisher block actually gets the Veno to safety, but oh no, the Earthshaker is now in a bit of trouble. But these Veno wards, the poison's too much. Back out comes the Jug. Nice save by the Earthshaker there. I was sure that Veno was going to die, even though he got that nice eat through the trees. Oh, just a fine little Fisher. What a play. Back to mid lane. The early start by the Pugner. I guess you do have that decrep to stop him denying. No. Pugna into a melee hero. It's just annoying. You don't you don't want to play it. And look at this damage coming out, just off cooldown. And yeah, this Void's trying to get a bottle super quickly, but until he gets that, he's just going to be, you know, he can't sit in lane anymore. Now, oh, actually maybe coming down mid. We have the the drawings out on the map. This is always good. When the teams draw on the map, it means I know what's going on for certain. And they have a ward as well, so imagine we might see a ward just placed mid. Yep, there we go. And Clock is coming down. He is 1-1, and he's actually holding a skill point, just seeing if he wants to skill that flare or not. And they're holding off. They're playing very carefully. Oh, but it's a haste. They do manage to catch the Pugna actually with the Spirit. Who's going to get the haste? Actually, it is the Void Spirit. So now they're going to run down this Pugna. Here comes the Clock. Nice cogs out. TP in by the stream. Won't be enough to save him, though. And first blood for that. Actually, the Clockwork takes the first blood. Maybe not ideal, but you're very happy there. Level 5 on the Void. And yeah, this really sets that Pugna back. Meanwhile, I'm about to say Jug looks like he's being pressured really hard bottom, but actually not really the case. His CS is really good, actually. You know, considering everyone else in the game. He's third highest. Actually, well, no, he's top 1 technically. But Oracle, yeah, you're stuck there, dude. You're not getting out. And this is what I'm talking about. You know, just focus down the Oracle. Jug's going to farm anyway, but you get these kills, suddenly he's just sitting on this tower, not making any aggressive moves. You get the bounties on this Earthshaker. And that is 2 for 2 it looks like. And here comes the Clockwork again. He's looking mid. He's looking mid, but they do have that ward now. So the Pugna knows where he is. He had the ward and he's still just going up to it. Pugna's actually being run down here. Nice catch up by the Remnant. Here come the Cogs. And I'm afraid that Decret won't be saving you, buddy. And another nice kill for this Clockwork Void combo. Just making it happen early on. Yeah, that Clockwork saw... Wait, was that a... Yeah, that Pugna saw that Clockwork coming in and he still decided just, you know... I'm quick, but you can't outrun the 8th Remnant. Especially when this Void seems to hit every single one. Well, I guess you do take that rune off him. Which is something to take from it. Now, actually, the Treant's starting to be run down here. You don't have mana for a stun by the Sven. Clock will back out, though. Not quite ready to commit. And what early items are we looking at? We've got these Urn up on the Night Stalker. Full Tranquils on the Clock. This guy's speedy. And is actually coming in from the side, running down the Sven. They haven't got mana for a stun. And where's his Treant? His Treant's nowhere to be seen. And this Clockwork is just making the plays around here. Really showing himself to be, you know, be on top of exactly where he needs to. And we look down bottom. Spin comes out onto this Earthshaker. Tries to go for the stun. Fisher comes out, of course, not stunning the Jug just yet. And we still have an Omni Slash, so he's going to throw that out onto the Veno. Here comes the root. And nice double kill there for the Jug. This is all coming up. Sunshine and rainbows for the Radiant. Although it's still only less than a 1k gold lead, despite it being 5 for 1. I mean, this is testament to how much CS the Pugna's actually getting here. You know, top net worth, really starting to damage this tower. This hero's died twice, but he's still just not top net worth, top CS. But he's still just managing to find the CS somewhere. And actually starting to make a move down bottom on this Pugna. They know the Jug doesn't have that Omni, but at the same time he still has the spin. And actually up top, the Sven goes down. This Clockwork is too good at this hero. Unfortunately, this is only a best of 1 as well, so this isn't a case where you know, next game you ban out the clockwork. It's just you should have banned out the clockwork already. Too late now. Oh, and here comes the Void from behind. They all grouped up as 3 people here. They don't have the Veno ult. And now they're actually diving in. Here comes the Fortune's End out onto the Earthshaker, being spun down by the Jug. That should be a pretty easy kill there. Beam on the backlines. Void jumping onto this Pugna. This Pugna hasn't got the suck, so there's nowhere to go, and he goes down as well. And now here we go. Final chasing down the last kill of the fight. Veno, can he get out? He pops the stick. Bit of health, but not enough to save him from that nuke of the Night Stalker. And another very successful fight for the Radiant. This time, I'm about to say, making it up to that 1k gold lead. Actually, it just drops down again. So, I think, yeah, it is mostly on the fact this Sven is still farming. He's got that Midas, actually. So really in it for the long haul now. Hoping his team can just make enough space until he gets these 4, 5, 6 items. And then he'll come and be the savior of the Dota League. Now, yeah, we're going for the Ags on the Void Spirit. I mean, I guess it's one of the things where, sure, if you need a Yules, get a Yules, but otherwise, I'll just go the Ags. Now, down bottom, they did actually manage to find that kill onto the Earthshaker. I imagine it was just a, Fortune's End into a spin. Nothing too complicated. And now here we are, 10 minutes. Switch to the net worth. And Void very low here. Manages to find that DD. And I would like to see them give this clock level 6. You know, we've had a very good start to this matchup so far. And I'm now missing kill. Oh no, it's going downhill. It's going downhill. We've had a very good start to this match so far. And I'd really like to see them double down on this early aggression. Just with, getting this clock 6. He can start really taking the lead on jumping this Pugna. And talk of clock jumping people, he is starting to move top up towards this Treant. Not quite ready to dive the tower though. And he's actually got an Ags lined up. This clock is just going straight Aghanims. But this is something I mean, clock Ags is a great item. I can't say I've ever seen a straight Aghanims. Interesting to see how it will work. And if it will pay off, really. It doesn't look like they may be lining up to take a fight bottom. The tower is about to go down. So maybe if any of the Dire stay around slightly too long, the Earthshaker, talking of that, the Earthshaker is still here. And they're actually just running down this Pugna with the Jug. He still has that suck, but it won't be enough because here comes the Void Spirit. 1, a 2. Nice little double kill there for the Radiant. And Jug continues to farm. Top net worth 403. And just going for that Battle Fury. No, he's like, Sven, sure, go for the Midas. I will out-farm you. Although talking of farm, Sven doesn't seem to be doing too badly. He's just quite happily cutting his way through the jungle. And they're actually starting to go on this Night Stalker here. Slow comes out by the Pugna, forcing that ult there. And they may be able to turn. Here comes the Void Spirit coming in from the side. Veno ult is committed, but only hits onto 1. Here comes the Void Spirit jumping on the Pugna. He goes down, and there goes the Veno as well. Not quite what the Dire had in mind when they tried to go on that Night Stalker. I think there's almost slightly miscommunication there. The Pugna ran up fully, committed, and the Veno's like, wait a minute, we're going? Oh, I guess I better throw an ult out. It just hits one person. Not really the person you want to hit either, this super tanky Night Stalker. And yeah, I'd say Pugna's not doing awfully in terms of net worth, but he just needs these survival items. There's so much to get on top of him. I do think picking the Pugna into that clock really it's really quite scary. This hero has so many ways of stopping your ult. There's so many ways of jumping on top of you. you know, just basically disabling the fact you're a quick hero with cogs. It's super scary. And now the Radiant are grouping up top, maybe looking to push into this tower. It is quite difficult. You have a Treant and a Veno. So, you know, unless you win a team fight, I don't think you're taking towers here. And that's, I guess, the one thing they have going for them. In that this Sven basically is never gonna be bullied out of lane. Now mid, Pugna actually caught once again. Nice hook shot in by the Clockwork from the side. Cog pushback. Final step by the Void to finish him off. And now they are pinging out this tower. Will this be the first tower of the game? Well, the first Radiant tower of the game, should I say. I mean, even with 3 people, Treant heal comes out already. It's so hard to take these towers. Bottom lane, Earth Spirit. He's running. It's not nighttime, and you know, this Nightstalker's maybe not quite ready to chase him down just yet. Yeah, one thing I hadn't realized is just how free this Sven is to farm. Yeah, he's not being pressured at all. They can't get into the jungle because they have no towers. Yeah, it's really quite annoying. I must be really quite annoying for this Radiant team. They just can't get towers, can't get this elusive Sven. He just gets space to farm. There is a 3k gold lead, so we do have, you know, a lead being built up by the Radiant here. And ooh, Nightstalker, you've been found. He has the ultimate available. He's going to be stunned out. Nobody manages to get that ult off. Flies away to safety in the tree lines. You can't catch him there. So I don't think they mind, though. That's a 130-second ult for the Sven ult, and the Sven can still farm with it. He's not looking to fight, especially, so I don't think he minds ulting, pushing out some waves, maybe getting some ancients. But it really doesn't last for long, does it? 40 seconds. Doesn't feel like a long time. Maybe it is. So, looking at the items here, Sven getting into the Echo Saber, Ags being closed in by the Void and the Clock actually. So all the Ags on this team. But I don't think we're going to see. I think it's going to slightly slow down in terms of fighting. We're not going to see too much until we start getting these next set of items. Because, you know, they've made these plays with what they've got. They're starting to run out of momentum, I'd say. But as soon as we do see this Ags picked up on the Clock and the Void, they're going to be doing a whole lot. And actually, they do have a DD though, which means they are quite happy to go on this Pugna, who stepped up way too far, blown up by the Nightstalker.
You expected daylight to protect you.
And does that open the tower? Is this finally the thing which lets them take this mid tower? We have a hook shot available. He's going to go for it. Does land it onto this Treant. Nice shot. Hogged up and blown up as well. Treant's dead. We can take a tower. The healing is still going though. It's so difficult. And now here comes the Veno. Level 4 Plague Wards. Time to defend. Oh, I feel so bad. They just can't take objectives. They have no one in their team who wants to hit towers apart from a Jug. Now Jug's sitting up top and he is starting to beat into this tower. He has that Battle Fury finished. Oh, but here comes the Treant. Can he get the tower? Nope. Nope. Can't take the tower. Here's the Treant. Here to heal it up again. Sorry, mate. Took too long. Although, Treant, you may be in a spot of bother here. We have a Clockwork and a Nightstalker directly staring at you. And you know, Nightstalker actually going for that Halberd as well into the Sven. Really good item there. Nightstalker out comes out, flying over the trees. Is he a bat? Is he a plane? Is he a... That's not the saying. Oh, no. Is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's a bat. Fairly easy kill. And they finally take their first tower. There we go. And it's a pretty important tower. It's this, you know, this top jungle controls up Roche. Gives them access to this dire jungle. So in terms of towers, it's a good one. It's a good one, definitely. But they do then lose their mid tower, which is also this incredibly important objective. We actually have we have the Blink Dagger up on this Earthshaker. Dire have stalled. This was it. This was the plan. You know, even though they're 19-1, just stall the game. Stall the game. Get these Blink Daggers. Get this Sven farmed. Sven going... he got that Echo Saber, and he is going... He's got the point booster, but it looks like he may be going for a BKB beforehand, which wouldn't be a bad play, considering what we have up on this Radiant team, this Clockwork, this... They have so much kite, basically. Especially with the fact this Night Stalker is going to have a halberd really soon in this at this rate. Now, we are looking like we're going to be having a fight mid. Earthshaker just kind of hanging around those backlines. Clock not wanting to commit yet. Doesn't quite have his team with him. What's this Jug? The Jug is going for that Manta after the Battle Fury. Pretty standard build. Nothing too far out of the ordinary. Getting a lot of stats. Getting that Dispel. Which is really important, especially into this Overgrowth. Yes, you do have your Blade Fury. But, you know, if you've already had to commit that, or if you want to save it, just commit the Manta. You still have that Spin TP in that case. They are starting to commit down on the Dire here. Here comes the Jug. Starts spinning onto this Pugna. Doesn't look like it'll do enough damage. Nice Force Staff out. But oh, the Oracle. You did not want to be there, sir. Found out. Blown up by the 5 members of the Dire. And this should open up this tower. They have no save now. And they actually, commit this Sven ult. And just start to hammer into the tower here. Oh, Jug. I'm not sure if you want to be here, dude. He's defending, but he's all alone. They are starting to get the TPs in finally. Here comes the spin. And Night Stalker there. Oh, nice jump onto this Earthshaker, stopping that blink. He still has that Echo if he wants to. I'm not sure if he's going to commit it, though. He's juking and jiving. Nice Overgrowth, catching out the Clock and the Jug. Night Stalker in the background actually is starting to have to be forced out and caught out by that Tree in Nature's Grasp. Oh, Sven, you don't want to be here, dude. Nice Force Staff to save, but it's not enough. Here comes the Void Spirit. Axe complete. Going absolutely ham. Jug, that suck won't save you, dude. And Venno is the sole survivor here. Nope, not the sole survivor. There's a Treant as well. Skulking off in the background. Thought I didn't notice you. Well, I didn't, but... Oh, nice. Go for the TP. Just makes it out in time. That was a very nice start out by the Dire, and they just couldn't get a kill in time. They just gave time for this Void Spirit to come in with the Aghanims. You know, take over the fight, really. Yeah, I was going to say, that should be the Jug. Yasha complete. We'll just have a look at items. We have the hood up on the Venno now. Going for that pipe. What's Sven got? Yeah, okay, Sven is going for that Aghanims first. Do we have the Aghanims on the clock yet? Nope, not yet. Almost, though. Only about 400 off. And this is going to be scary. Especially, you know, that Earthshaker in the fight. The fact they managed to isolate him and, you know, really punish him. Talking to the Earthshaker, he's found an Oracle. Or has the Oracle found him, actually? Nice catch out by the Void Spirit. 8th Remnant onto the Earthshaker. Not going to commit, though. They do have a Sven sitting right behind him. But yeah, the fact they managed to find this Earthshaker in that fight, isolate him out, and, you know, you can't blink if there's a Clockwork on top of you. Jug is being run down. Is he being run down by the Pugna, or is the Pugna being run down by the Jug here? I'm not sure which is which. And I think the Pugna is a lot less happy about being here than the Jug is. Force Staff out, not quick enough though.
That was unreal.
And with the Oracle there, Pugna should go down. I do feel like that was started by the Pugna go on the Jug, which is a bit of a weird one, considering the Jug has magic immunity. But hey, gotta make the plays, make the space for the Sven.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And here we go. This is how we start to take towers. We may still see the Treant healing being popped out onto it, but get 5 people here, get a farm jug. The tower will be taken. Maybe pop a fortify, actually. Clearing out those creeps. We do have another set coming in. It shouldn't be too bad. I feel like they may want to just maybe get pick off and go into Roche at some point. You know, we have a healing ward, we have a jug. It's not a bad Roche lineup. Although they do actually... Jug is TPing in, and they saw the Veno. Veno should just be able to TP out, though. No follow-up there. Clockwork is far... a long way away, so... But talking of the Clockwork, they've actually managed to jump in onto this Sven of all targets. This is the guy you want to get. Oh, but here comes the Sven. Here comes the Echo onto the 2 of them. What a response by the Dire team. They almost had the Sven. He's very close to dying, especially the fact you don't get the strength anymore. You only get the damage from this God strength. But it was enough. Repositioned with the Ags, and then what an Echo. Into the creep wave, into the 2 of them. And that's straight into Roche. You get DD, you have God strength. What a coincidence. And all of a sudden, yeah, look at this gold lead. Which is the gold? I always forget my... There we go. There we go. That's the gold lead. So, I don't know why. I pressed something in Discord started opening. Not a good sign. Completely professional here. Completely professional. Veno, full pipe on the Veno now. And yeah, Venegas on the Sven. And they've found the jug. They don't really have a way to stop this TP just yet. And it has that man to complete as well. Maybe I'd like to see some sort of basher. Is Sven basher a bad thing? Potentially. But we do need a way to get this jug to not be able to just spin TP out. It's... You know, it's just endless split pushing. And it really, really punishes this lineup, which wants to be sitting in waves. Let's just have a look at the items again. Heaven's Halberd up on the Night Stalker. We have that Aghanims on the Clockwork as well. So double hook shots, double stuns, double everything really. And Pugner, are you okay? 4 stuff down to the low ground. Shouldn't be chased too far. Clockwork not quite there. But they don't have it. They don't have anything to take up here really. The only thing that Dire have right now in this top area is that high ground. So I'd like to see them maybe move towards mid slightly, aim for that tower. And yeah, even though the Dire have this Aegis, the Radiant is still just running across the map, almost looking for fights. I don't imagine they want to 5v5 right now, but you know, just to pick off onto the Earthshaker, onto the Veno. Imagine they'd be happy with that. Sven, yep, here comes the BKB. And all of a sudden, what really wasn't much of a factor in the game, suddenly you have this Aghanims, you have a BKB, you have a God Strength. This guy has gone from 0 to hero real quick. Now, ooh, was that a misclick? Or did he cancel on purpose? They're looking at this jug. He does have to spin if he gets gone on. Yeah, here comes the spin straight away. Veno actually caught out by the Oracle. He's jumping in towards this jug. They have the Omni. Here it comes. Being onto Veno, but oh, here's the creep wave. It will be enough to save the Veno and stun out by the Sven. Sven is still fine, and here comes the 2-man Echo onto the 2 of them. The save by the Oracle won't be enough. I imagine this jug's going to be going down. But all the backlines. Pugner is being run down by the Void here. Doesn't quite have enough nice 4-staff out. Look at this speedy boy. Speedy Gonzalez racing away. And now this Void's in trouble. I don't think he wants to be there. He's been found out. He hasn't got to jump away. Nice Fissure block.
Impossible kill.
And a very successful fight taken by the Dire here. Just managing to... Oh, the fact that Veno didn't go down until much later in the fight. Just taking that Omni onto the creep wave. And yeah, I don't have much to say about that fight. It was just wonderful. the Sven. You know, they forced out that Omni spin. He did then force out the Jug spin. Then he used the Omni. Wasn't enough. Here comes the Sven, God Strength, and then once again 2-man Echo. And this is the thing, you know, you don't have to kill the Oracle first. The fact he caught that Oracle with that Echo, you know, he still got the false promise out, but he couldn't do anything else. And suddenly, you know, your Jug's just kited, he's killed. What? These fights are amazing. Actually, the 2k lead is now in favor of the Dire, despite it being 24-8. They don't care about kills. These guys aren't about kills in the slightest. They just want to keep their towers alive and get this Sven beastie. I do feel like Radiant maybe taking their foot off the pedal almost. They were very good about getting the kills early on, and you know now they're letting this Jug farm. They're letting their cores farm, which is all fine, but you know they're not getting any more kills. You have an Ags on the Void. You just want some aggressive vision, go in with the Clock and the Night Stalker and get some kills because they're not really building team fight. Okay, here we have AC coming up finally, but we haven't really got much team fight items. Which as soon as we get, you know, we haven't got these pipes or these auras. So as soon as we do get into a big team fight, the Dire team are just so much better prepared. You know, we don't have a single pipe on the Radiant, which against a Veno really is not that good. They're going all these pick off items, which aren't just just not suiting how they're playing. Look at their vision. They do see the Jug there. That's all though. Well, they did, yeah. They saw the Treant coming down here on the Radiant, but they don't have any more aggressive vision, unfortunately.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
How long have we got on that? Yeah, Aegis is out. Unfortunately, I don't. Oh, Roche may respawn in 2:15. Okay. I'd say that feels like the next big objective to me. You get another Aegis on the Sven, suddenly you go high ground. Or vice versa, you get another Aegis on this Jug, or this Void Spirit. All of a sudden, it doesn't matter if they drop an Echo on you. They see this Clock. He actually managed to get the hook shot in onto the Veno. Nice 4-step out, though, out the Cogs. He's fine, but oh, here comes the Ags. Second hook shot. He does commit the ult, but it's just onto this Jug. He's already spinning. He has the Omni Slash. He's not... The Veno actually manages to get out. He doesn't want to commit the Omni. He commits the Manta, but it's too late. It's too early, sorry. The Omni catches him out on the Treant. BKB on the Sven, looking to chase down the Jug, but here comes the Echo onto that Night Stalker. Another stun by the Sven, chasing him down. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. I died internally that fight. And just another successful fight by the Dire. You know, this Jug committed that Manta. What I was trying to say is that Jug committed the Manta way too early. You got caught out by the Overgrowth, and now the Clock. You don't want to be here, dude. You want to be chopped down by this big beefy boy in the Sven.
See you later, nerd.
And this is high ground. Now, the question is whether they can get anything more out of this. We have buybacks on the Jug, but not anyone else. Oh dear. Oh dearie, dearie, dear me. These buyback statuses are not looking too good. Definitely the MVPs of this game are the 4-staffs though. Multiple 4-staffs onto that Veno, getting him out. You know, he had a Clock double commit onto him. Still gets out of it, all fine and dandy. Now got Shiva's completed as well. So this guy's got 29 armor. This guy doesn't care if he's Omni Slash anymore. Now, Clock looks like he's trying to go on the Pugner, but he's actually going to be gone on himself. Nice stun out by the Earthshaker. And this Pugner's suddenly looking a whole lot scarier. Now he's got a team behind him. Now, I don't think they're going to want to defend this too much. They've found the Oracle. They don't have vision. Here comes the Sentry, though. Stun comes out by the Sven. He actually commits the ult onto himself. But I don't think it's going to do a whole lot. This guy's just standing in the middle of 4 people. Being beaten into by a Veno. And yeah, there we go. Now, we don't have... Okay, Roche up in 1 minute. Question is whether they think they want to go high ground right now. Jug's actually... Can they catch him out here? He's... Maybe goes for that T... Oh, he's going to be farming instead. Oh, no, this Jug's being played with. If he goes for the spin TP, if they find him with this overgrowth... Oh, no, the cancel. And now, look, they can just go high ground. Clock's being killed. Oh, no. This was not the play, Jug. What a beautiful TP back by that Treant. Knowing, yeah, I just got to keep on top of this guy. He's going to spin TP. I have an ult. And that's another lane of racks. This game has just turned on its head completely. I'm amazed. If you look at this net worth, it's just dropped so severely. Jug's been chased down. They don't have the overgrowth this time, but they do have the Sven. In comes Superman. The Omni Slash actually comes out, but it's doing nothing. It's bouncing around everyone. Nicely crept to save the Treant. Jug in. Where's the Jug gone? Jug's actually being saved by the Oracle. Just sliver of HP right there. Sven not enough damage to take down that Void, unfortunately. Got Crystallis now. This guy is just going for that Daedalus. Going for more damage. Hook shot. Does not connect. The creep wave saved him. And they just go out there scot-free. Another lane of barracks. This Dire team is really... They know their timings. They know what they're waiting for. And they're quite happy to just, you know, they don't care about the kills. They're quite happy to let the kills happen. And as soon as they hit their timings, let's go. Okay, they did lose someone. They lost the Veno who brought back. But I don't think you really mind. Bounties. Controlled up by the Dire team. And we now do have that Roche available. Sven's ult is about to come off cooldown. Let's get an Aegis. I do feel this clock made such a... this clock controlled the game so well early on. And I don't think that accident. I think if you just went a pipe, maybe a Meteor Hammer... You know, I think the Meteor Hammer would have been so good this game. You saw how hard it was for them to take these buildings. If they'd just taken those buildings slightly earlier, Sven wouldn't have had anywhere near as much time to, you know, get where he is. A nice two-man Fisher out into the two-man stun by the Sven. This guy's going to beat into you. Save out onto the clockwork. I don't know if it's going to do enough, though. Here comes the boys. He's a BKB, but the BKB doesn't matter. They just have the overgrowth. Now, Jug is starting to spin, but he doesn't know where he wants to spin. He's spinning out. Nice two-man poison. Another chase. What's this Pugner? The Pugner's actually being caught. He doesn't have the decrep. He's silenced up by the Night Stalker. Oh, but here comes the two-man Fisher. Won't be enough, though. Pugner finally goes down, and now Jug's like, hey, guys, I'm going to take revenge. I have a Basher. I'm going to go ham onto this Veno. Night Stalker very low there. Surviving thanks to that Oracle. And meanwhile, the Earthshaker in the back line being chased by this Void Spirit. He has that second step. Doesn't quite catch him with it. It won't be enough. He's out of mana. And he will just TP away. But all in all, that was a wonderful turnaround there. Not quite... You know, they committed onto this clockwork. But they just threw everything. And... yes, they caught the Void Spirit with that overgrowth, but he was BKB'd, so they weren't actually doing anything to him, you know, while that happened. They had that Meteor Hammer combo, but it didn't really do anything. And Earthshaker, is he going to go for the steal? Oh no, that's way too early. Forstaff's out of it, actually. He's got in and out. He still has that Echo to work with as well. Oh, but he's being found by the clockwork. Nice jump in. Here comes the second hook shot. Second cogs. I don't think he's getting out of this one. Oh, he's trying to do something. But the animation cancels. Has given time for the Treant to come back, though. And he has that overgrowth soon. No way of getting vision inside the pit, though. So... oh, he goes in. Oh, no. This is too early once again. He has that hammer combo. He gets the healing ward as well. He's just staying... They're just going for the Roche still. He's just sitting in there. Okay, okay. Guys, hit the tree. Don't hit the Roche. He's gonna take it. A few interesting plays there. by the Dire. You know, I do realize they do want that Roche, but feeding 2 heroes for it may not be the play. The next question is this enough for them to actually go high ground on the Radiant? And right now, I don't think it is. They've found out that Pugna, he still has that decrep left to work with if he wants to. Astral comes out, does not quite connect though. Aether, not Astral. Same thing. And yeah, the reason they can't do anything is because they're having to sit in their base trying to defend against these Megas. Oh. Starting to get more 4-staffs out for the Radiant though. And by more, I mean 1. They have 1 4-staff. Nothing new on the Void, unfortunately. Starting to give that Sheep Stick now. Sven has his Daedalus. And Pugna has that Dagon. It's only level 2 right now. But at the same time, you're Pugna, so add 2 levels, that's how much damage it does. You know, with your decrep. And, oh no. Oh, we have a leveler for the Sven. Like, Sven, come here. Take the leveler. Stop running away. Oh no, this is going to be scary. We do have the Princess Knives and the Cape actually found for the Jug though. Cape's quite nice. Maybe they can bait out an Echo or something with it. Or just, you know, keep the waves out, I guess. Both teams. The Dire's looking like what they want to play. Not too fussed about the fact they have an Aegis on the Radiant. It only lasts for about another, what, 2.5 minutes? Here we go. Smoke out. This Sven has the damage. He has the attack speed. He even has the extra range on that stun. Lotus also, Lotus and Spider Legs on the Earthshaker. This is really scary. This guy's going to be wherever he wants to be. Minotaur Horn on the Pugna. This guy just gets a free BKB. He's buying damage and he gets given a free BKB. Why? Gaben? And yeah, they're just kind of standing behind this tower. I don't think they're going to commit too heavily. Maybe they just drop the Veno wards down. Or, you know, the Pugna can just do the blasting. Meanwhile, his team sits over here, farms at the jungle. Oracle, I'd be careful if I were you. You don't want to be there. 4-staff in by the Veno. 4-staff out by the Veno. Was that an Oracle? Oh, the Oracle 4-staffed him in. That was a really cool play. That was really cool. And we do actually have an Abyssal up on this Jug. Kind of scary. Pugna is stepping forward. Just being, you know, tickled back by that Void Spirit. Nice Manta dodge. Here the pings come out. Saying, hey, look, this guy's RTZ. They're just waiting. They're just going to... I just think they do have that chip potential. We have no... I don't think we have a repair kit on the Radiance. Oh, stunning onto the Pugna. He's pushed back. Here's the Minotaur Horn. It's not going to keep him alive for long, though. But here comes the Sven. He's stunned up too much by that clockwork. Now, Pugna is running. Oh, but the Sven's here to save the day. Ammon's out again. He's not saving the day anymore. We don't have an Omni, guys. Oh, but here comes a 3. Oh, and here comes a 3-man Echo Slam. Followed in by the Sven stun. What a play. Catching the 3 of them out beautifully. Void Spirit is actually, he pops off the cheese, but it won't be enough. And the Oracle save, though, keeping him alive. Now they are starting to back out on the side of the Dire. I do imagine we may see him turn back, though. Here comes the Sven, jump back onto the Oracle. 2 shots.
Impossible kill.
And, oh, nice reaction there with the Abyssal Blade, stunning up that Earthshaker before he could get a stun off. 3-man Echo. They do hold, though. They still hold this final set of racks. Void trying to get a pick off. Just trying to, you know, poke. He is quite deep. I would be careful if I were you. Fisher comes out by the Earthshaker. Follow-up stun. Here comes the Sven. This Void Spirit stepped way too far forward, and he will be punished for it. He does immediately buy back, but that's the last Slender Axe. This is just Megas, and potentially the game. I don't think they have buybacks on anyone. They have no... They only have a buyback on the Jug. No, Jug is running in, but he doesn't have that Omni for another 50 seconds. And the Die just back out. They've got the Megas. They're like, cool. Mission complete. Wait for that Echo to be up again.
Radiant's Ancient is under attack.
Oh, but look at this. The smoke play from the Veno. Going in from the side. Poison Nova out onto 2. Catches out the void. Poison that buyback. So he has to be super careful here. Here comes the Sven. Superman stun in. 2-shot that boy down. The Jug is going on the tree, but the Overgrowth comes out, locking him in place. He has nowhere to go. Stunned up by the Earthshaker again. Night Stalker, he's coming to save the day, but it won't be enough. GG. The Dire team.
See you later, nerd.
They just turned this game around.